Today, we're diving into a really tempting idea a lot of companies have, using the world's most popular website builder, WordPress, for their own private internal intranet. I mean, it seems like a simple, super cost-effective solution, right? But as you're about to see, that dream often crashes into a pretty complicated reality.
Okay, so to really get why this idea is so popular, you have to start with this one kind of staggering fact. WordPress isn't just a player on the internet. For a huge chunk of it, it is the internet. Just look at this. It powers an incredible 64% of all websites built on a content management system. That's not just big, it's total domination.
So yeah, for any public-facing website or blog, it's the undisputed king. It's powerful, it's super customizable, and most importantly, it's familiar. Chances are your team already knows how to use it because it's probably running your main company website right this second.
And that, right there, leads to the big question. It seems like a complete no-brainer, doesn't it? Just use the tool you already have. But here's the thing. Can this public-facing powerhouse really handle the very unique, very secure needs of an internal team? Well, the answer gets a little complicated.
So first, let's just look at how this is supposed to work in theory. Because on the surface, the dream of a WordPress intranet looks incredibly simple and really straightforward. It's almost always sold as this easy-peasy three-step process. You do that famous 5-minute install of the core software, you pick a nice theme to make it look good, and then you just add one single magical plugin that, poof, flips a switch and makes the whole thing private. Simple as that, or so they say. And from there, the idea is you just start adding whatever features you need. You want a private social network for your team to chat? Yep, there's a plugin for that, like BuddyPress. Need an internal knowledge base? Project management boards? Google Drive access? No problem. You just keep finding and bolting on more and more plugins.
But this is exactly where that simple dream starts to run into a much tougher reality. That whole just add a plugin approach creates this huge domino effect of issues. So let's break down the 7 hidden challenges that you are almost guaranteed to face.
All right, challenge number 1 is the big one, and it's really a strategic choice. With WordPress, you're not just using software. You are signing up to build and maintain a totally custom project. Your team, not some dedicated provider, is now on the hook for absolutely everything, from security updates to making sure it even stays online.
And this quote right here just perfectly illustrates the second challenge, ease of use. It gets to the absolute heart of the problem. That initial setup, it's deceptively simple. But the second you try to make it do what you actually need a real intranet to do, it can turn into a technical maze, especially if you don't have a dedicated IT department just sitting around waiting to help.
Now, let's walk through how this complexity it just kind of creeps up on you. Challenge 3, plugin overload. It all starts with something totally reasonable. Somebody says, hey, we need a staff directory.
Okay, no problem. You go find a plugin for that. But then, not long after, someone else goes, you know what we really need? A shared calendar for events. So you find another plugin from a totally different developer.
And then, of course, the project teams want their own task boards. So you add a third plugin from yet another company. And just like that, without even realizing it, your simple, clean intranet, well, it's not so simple anymore. See, you haven't built an all-in-one solution. What you've really done is become a project manager for 3 or 5 or 10 different software vendors. Each one has its own update schedule, its own support, and they often clash with each other, forcing you or a developer to write custom code just to make them all play nice together. All of that clashing code leads us right to challenge number 4, performance. Every single plugin you add is like putting another brick in a backpack. It adds weight, and it slows everything down. And trust me, a slow intranet is a dead intranet. Frustrated employees will just give up and stop using it. And now for the really big one, security. Because WordPress is so unbelievably popular, it's a massive target for hackers. Every third-party plugin you install is another potential door into your company's private data. And the responsibility to check and double-check every single one of those locks falls 100% on you. Which brings us to challenge number 6, the real cost. Yeah, the core WordPress software might be free, but a working, secure intranet is anything but. You've got hosting fees, you've got yearly licenses for all those premium plugins, and pretty often you've got expensive developer bills to fix things. And that's not even counting the cost of your own staff's time spent just trying to keep it all running. And finally, challenge 7, support. When something in something will inevitably breaks, who do you call? In the WordPress world, you're pretty much on your own. You're digging through old